Hello, my name is Simone, and I attend Michigan State University. I will be discussing with you all the cultural and educational difference between myself and a young lady named Denise. Denise is a student I've met through my roommate Madeline. They are both here on a study abroad, and they are from the Philippines. With the past conversation I've had with Denise, I've noticed that we are definitely alike, which I find crazy because I would think that since we're from two whole different countries, that we would be much different from each other. But we have many similarities. I will be discussing with you all the typical day that me and her actually have in common for the most part. Our high school worries, things that we've had to overcome before graduating high school, our high school happiness, big tests, preparing for the tests, as well as things that we've noticed from our past pictures, as well as pictures we have taken lately. And I will also be telling you all the overall feeling that I had with the conversation that I had with Denise. Denise's typical day consists of her waking up in the morning, brushing her teeth, taking a shower, going out to eat with her friends, or either just eating by herself, and going to classes, studying, and repeating the cycle all over again. She goes to sleep and starts her day all over. For myself, it's pretty much the same. For the most part, I get up, go to breakfast, go to class, study, and go to sleep. So it's pretty much the same. We aren't pretty different with that. High school worries. High school worries, we were very much so in common. We both worry about, we have the worry of having the proper education due to the fact that we both come from poor communities, poor places. Education wasn't oh so great. And we knew we would be behind many of the other competing schools, as well as students, as well as figuring out what we wanted to do with our lives. That was a huge struggle for myself. For I struggled with trying to figure out, did I want to be a doctor or did I want to be an engineer? Like, I was back and forth. As well as preparing for what university would actually accept us due to the fact of our high school. And for happiness that we found in high school for herself, it was internet, sleep, food, and nerdy friends. If you don't have a couple nerdy friends, I don't know what you thinking about, because we all need some in our lives. For myself, it's music. If I'm not sitting up listening to music, and if I don't have a cup of ice sitting next to me, then I'm not pretty happy. Whether that was in high school or out of high school, ice and music has always been my go-to. When it comes to big tests, for herself, the test is called a UPCAT, which is an entrance exam for the universities in the Philippines. For myself, it was also the ACT and SAT, which are also entrance exams here in the United States for us to get into universities. On top of just being here as a student in MSU, taking the university test, I have really bad test anxiety and it freaks me out every time. So that's pretty hard for me. Preparation for the test is pretty much just studying. If you don't study in advance, how could you know the material in depth? Like how do you understand? How can you even take the test? So that's pretty much in common with both of us. We both have that same viewpoint. Things that she's noticed from her past pictures to pictures nowadays is her body. How much her body has changed, and how lame everyone was, if I must say. How corny and how weird everyone was in the pictures back in the day, as well as how gross the pictures actually were. Like, I'm not sure where she was quite getting with that, but she just felt like the pictures weren't to her taste. For myself, it was how much my body has changed, what growth I've had, as well as just me as an individual. How could I go from there? My thoughts and feelings about the whole conversation as a whole with Denise was wonderful. I loved every minute of it. I learned things about herself, about how much our worlds are pretty much the same, and how much that, no matter where you come from, who you are as an individual, we're all the same. We're all human, no matter what color you are, because for she's a Filipino woman, which is considered more so Asian, and I'm an African American woman. We're all the same. We all go through the same struggles. And educational, cultural wise, it was pretty much the same. I believe that if she come from a rich community, then it would be our viewpoints would be very different. We wouldn't have much in common because the more money you have, the better education you may have. And those are my last viewpoints on the Denise and Simone's educational cultural difference. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.